Ooh, hello. It has been quite some time. I think it's been actually a few months since I recorded my last video for you guys. A lot has been going on. I'm going to catch you guys up on all of that and put in some more advice things about, the Navy so far and new things that I've learned and all that good stuff. So it has been a year now. On the 20th of August, I've been here for a year at Great Lakes. Um, and this is tea, nothing else, just tea. Um, I've been here for a year now, and so much has happened. Um, I've taken my advancement exam back in September. Did not, well, I passed it, but I did not make rank. Had a kind of a low score. It was my first time taking it, so I really didn't know what to study, how to study. So I kind of studied a lot, wildly. But since then, the next, I didn't take the September one. I took the March exam. Now the September one is coming up. I've studied a lot more. I've figured out what I'm good, like what I know and what I don't know, and I found better ways to study. Um, for studying for advancement. I'm sure this works for all rates, but I only know specifically for corpsmen. Um, Quizlet is a godsend. Um, do the when you get to your command, um, there's a website NRTC. Enroll for the corpsman hospital corpsman course. It's going to mail you a copy of the corpsman manual, or you can print it chapter by chapter from the website. So whichever one you prefer. I would prefer just printing it. I mean, I had one sent to me, but I would prefer printing it just chapter by chapter, because you could print a chapter a day. It's only, maybe a chapter, two chapters a day, one time in the morning and then time like when you're about to get off work or something, because it's only about 25 chapters. So, and then just, study chapter by chapter. I would say, along with highlighting, um, you will want to also rewrite what you highlighted, because for me it helps when I rewrite what I'm trying to remember. But that's just me. And also Blue Jacketeer. Blue Jacketeer is a very great website for studying. It's $20 a month, but I'm telling you, it is way worth it. It updates for the bibliographies and the instructions that you're gonna see that the next test will be testing you on. And what it does is it asks you multiple choice questions, and you answer them, and then you can select whether it was an easy question, and then the question will show up again in like 3 days, or you can like in a day or something. Yeah, like a couple days. And if it's normal, then it'll show up again in a day. And then if it was like a hard question, it'll show it again in 10 minutes. So if you say it's a hard question, it'll just give it to you. It'll show you it more frequently, so that way you can memorize it. And it's a really good tool. It is worth the $20 a month. I'm telling you, it's 10 out of 10. And it also has it has a mobile app for iPhone and Android, so that way you can still study on the go. And I'm telling you, it's a great tool. There are people I know who have picked up just off of studying off of Blue Jacketeer and Quizlet. So those are key things, because when people take the test, they go and they make Quizlets on what they figured out what they got wrong. Um, so yeah, advancement did that. I've also so I told you guys I had a car. I had got a Civic, and now I just bought a CRV. Um, I'll be going into details later. Probably on another video about car buying, and what are the do's and don'ts of car buying, because I definitely learned a thing or two. What else? When you get to your command, I'm telling you, it's very important that you get involved. Not only because it's good to put on your eval and say that you did things, but it really gives you a chance to see what is really out in in the community you're in, and get to know other people. Um, Especially if you're in a command that you really don't like, you need to make the most out of it. And so when I first got here, I was kind of I was kind of like doing stuff a lot, because I had a boyfriend at the time, but um when that was over, I was like, dang, I really hate being here, and I didn't do anything. I just stayed in my room every weekend, didn't go out and do stuff. When you volunteer, there's all sorts of things you can do. Boys and Girls Club. There's what else is there? There is Feed My Starving Children. There's it's just a lot of things, especially if you get involved in the JA, which is the Junior Enlisted Association for E5 and below. If you get your CSAT, which is something Sailors Against Destructive Decisions or something like that. Yeah, so it's a lot of different groups you should get in. Air Command. There's Color Guard as well. There's also if you're with Marines or where Marines are near your base or on your base, there's a lot of good opportunities to go out in the field with them. Like I went out with the Marines one time for 4 days. It was pretty fun. So things like that. Get involved is basically what I'm saying. And it will make your time worthwhile at your command. I was in the barracks. So the thing with our barracks situation is our barracks are really nice. I really did like our barracks. I didn't mind staying in the barracks other than, the fact that it's a 7-story building and they give you one kitchen. And when in that one kitchen, they give you one stove and one refrigerator that you're sharing with 7 other floors of people. And the only thing you have in your room is a little mini fridge with this like little freezer shelf thing that really does not keep things frozen. So don't try to put ice cream in there and think it's going to get actually like solid like it's supposed to, because it's not. At least at Great Lakes. But anyway, so what they're doing is we're living staff barracks, and because we don't fill up the whole barracks, they're moving us out of our barracks and into old student barracks, and then they're moving students into our barracks. So the new barracks, which we haven't moved to yet, but it's coming like in the next month, basically, with lack of better word, they are trash, and I'm just not. I'm sorry. I'm just like, no, thanks. So, I moved in with my friend. She lives in military housing, base housing. I moved in with her, so that's why the scenery looks different. My background looks a little more homey. So yeah, that happened too. I moved out of my barracks, so that took me quite some time because lazy, and I take forever to pack. Also took leave. I went to Florida for a week. Much needed vacation because being at my clinic, it's just repetitive every day. I was like, I need a break from y'all, So I went to Fort Lauderdale. That was pretty cool. Other than that, that's all that's been going on. I'm going to post some videos probably later on this week, maybe tomorrow. Basically kind of talking on, like I said, I'm going to make a video about car buying, things like that. Finances, budgeting, things like that. Because I found out a lot from my budget. So stay tuned for that video. That's a very important video. Finances in the Navy or in the military, because everybody thinks we balling, and people in the military live like they balling, and we're really not. So, just going to give you some money tips so that way you can save money, because I'm trying to get my life on track as far as finances, and I learned a lot. So I'm going to bestow that advice to you guys. But other than that, that's about it. I just came back from PT, so that's why I'm in my PT uniform. And I'm also going to make a video about what you should do and don't do when you come to my dental clinic, because my dental clinic is the first dental clinic you're going to go to when you get to boot camp. And recruits do the most dumbest things. They ask the dumbest things. They act the most ridiculous of ways. And hopefully future sailors will watch this video. They will take heed. They will watch the video that I'm going to make for that. And they will take heed to what I will say to you guys, and will remember it when you get to my clinic. So that way it makes it easier time for you guys, makes it easier time for us, because we're not going to be the ones yelling at you. We're supposed to be nice to you guys. We're the nice ones versus your RDCs, which are going to be yelling at you. We're kind of that, you can kind of relax with us, blah, blah. But if you do dumb things, you're going to get a dumb response. You feel me? So, it just, to just mitigate all that back and forth that happens in my clinic, I'm going to make a video just to give you the do's and don'ts of what to do in my clinic, just so you have an easier time. I have an easier time. You go back to your compartment. Your RDCs aren't trying to IT you guys. And I get to go home and have a well-rested day and not feel stressed. So that is it for this video. Feel free to comment if you want any, if you have any questions. I really do appreciate people who email me and comment questions. My reply back time, it used to be really fast. I used to be able to get back to you within the day, but now it's about probably like a day or two that it takes me to get back. Max time, if I'm super busy, it's probably like a week max, but it's usually, that's rare. Usually it's 1 to 2 days I get back. So feel free, email, comment. Please subscribe. Please, if you know anyone else trying to join the Navy, please direct them to this channel. I try to make my videos as detailed as possible, just so that you guys get the full detailed version of what you're going to go through, because it's one thing that you're jumping into something that you don't know, that you don't understand, but you know, it would help if someone would give you some guidance about what you're going to go through, so before you put your foot into that, you know the full story. You don't feel like you were just, thrown off or anything. So like I said, feel free to contact me. I'll also leave my Twitter page below. I'm also very easy to reach on that. You can comment on here. I'll get to it. Email, it may take me a little longer because I don't check my email as often as I used to, but I'll start checking it more often. But I'll leave my Twitter down there. Feel free to follow me. I'll follow you back. And I will definitely get back to you ASAP on that, because I'm usually always on Twitter. So I will be able to get back to you very quickly on that. So thank you for taking the time to watch this video. And I look forward to seeing you guys, or I'll look forward to you guys seeing me again on another video soon.